Hey, what's good? Cheers. Up to something media. We're back in this. Yes, I'm drinking Hennessy. Shout out to my boy Henny Zoe in the corner. Yo, we're back in this. What's up, you guys? Everybody good? Everybody
good, man. Very
Splendid.
good.
Splendid. Yo, and we're going to kick it off with the intros as always. And who we got to the right?
Hookah Doncic, Daniel.
Deal Daniel.
You know the vibes.
Deal Dan. And you already know what it is. It's your boy, Renee, a.k.a. Renee. Oh, fuck, I fucked it. A.k.a. Renee the Ranger, a.k.a. Renee the Goat, a.k.a. Ciroc Obama, but I got Henny in my cup, so that means I'm the vibe veteran.
Henny Nay.
Henny Nay, you know,
Henny
ASAP Nay.
Nah, it's your boy Diego, the brave Bolivian. And we actually got a very special guest in the building. Before we introduce him, my bad. Hey, I peeped the shirts, boys.
Oh, you see the shirts?
I see the merch.
The merch.
I didn't get mine's in my bag.
Oh,
but you know what?
You don't have your shirts?
I have it. It's in the bag.
We'll
get that shit on.
okay.
I came from
I
church.
like it. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't want to twin with us.
No, he didn't want to twin with us. It's okay.
I got you.
It's all good. But
Let's
yes,
introduce.
you see the merch. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to everyone who's purchased so far. You know, this is a friends and family collab. So more shit soon. Shout out to Julia designing the merch and Daniel doing the t-shirts too, because these shirts are A1 quality. A1, like you can wear this under an undershirt. You can wear this for the summertime, whatever. You know, concerts, whatever. We in that bitch. But
very special guest.
Very special
today.
guest. Talking about fashion,
merch,
swaggy,
clothes,
swag god. You know what I'm saying?
Man type.
Yo, who we got? Introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is Franklin Wessey or Vavai Wessey.
Yeah.
From the Bay Area.
Hey, Bay Area.
Damn.
Jeez.
First guest from
the Bay, right?
I think so.
Jeez.
Or
Even
out
Cali.
of state, no? It's like the first one out of state?
Yeah,
we've had
everybody's been like more of like Texan. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everybody's like, I'm from Dallas.
Damn,
blah,
but
blah,
we
blah.
hitting that
We have
West
not
Coast.
had it. Yeah,
Welcome to the show, Frankie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's first ever. But yo, man, so
Prestige
like from the
worldwide.
Bay, so are you a Golden State Warriors fan? Are you
I'm a Warriors fan, but I'm not
no.
I'm not too much of a basketball.
no? Are you football?
Yeah.
Are you
49ers fan?
Yeah.
Oh
Damn,
man,
fuck the 49ers. Man. as a Cowboys fan, respect. For it.
Damn.
That's a defensive
that
coordinator
one.
right there.
Yeah, when I'm not here, I'm defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. you know?
Coach Daniel.
Coach Dan. But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on, man.
yeah.
I know you have a busy schedule too, man. So I appreciate you even having us.
Somewhat. Busy schedule.
But yeah, man. So tell us more about like your brand. It's Melino fashion, right?
Yeah,
No.
Melino.
Gosh, okay.
That's how you pronounce it, Melino. And yeah, it is a fashion brand, and I want to say it's like the first culture,
Okay.
first Polynesian luxury fashion brand.
Okay, Polynesian.
Damn.
Yeah. You're telling me a little bit about your background, man. So like you're not from like the States, but you are from out of the country. Or you
What?
learned, you learned, he said he
What?
learned English. We were talking about.
Bro, go to geography class. This man, he is not smarter than a fifth grader.
My ethnicity is Tongan.
Tony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you, and we were talking about how like you learned like English and like language and everything like that before we.
Oh
we got
yeah,
on here.
yeah. I was,
Oh,
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Talk
So,
about
yeah.
your roots, like where you're from and where you grew up.
Shoot. All right, my roots is Tongan, and I grew up and raised around Pittsburgh, Martinez, and Pacheco in California. That's in the Bay Area outskirt.
Okay.
Damn.
So how you like in Texas? Like from California to Texas is different.
It is very different.
Like from like fashion wise and everything. Like do you think I know California definitely has some crazy like fashion out there, but compared to Texas, like do you feel like Dallas is somewhere like fashion will like really evolve?
When I was studying the fashion industry, most of the fashion trends start from the West Coast and the East Coast because they're more easier to have contact with Japan because they also setters out there in Japan and China and stuff. So it actually starts from there, and then it just slowly just comes in to the central area. So
Gotcha.
I see some of the fashion.
Like influences.
Is this why
influence is kinda a
Nebraska
little bit late.
unswaggy as fuck, bro? They landlocked,
Nebraska, Wyoming, like
Damn.
could you imagine being in Wyoming like wearing off whites? Like yo,
They're
what's
getting,
that?
they're getting off white in like 2032.
like
bro.
Nito
Like,
shoes.
Yeah.
That's what.
Damn,
Yeah, man. So,
that is wild, man. So how long did you said you studied fashion?
Yeah, because I want to study something that I want to jump into. I don't want to be running in blindly and stuff because I feel like that's what a lot of most fashion new, because it's all oversaturated. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Everything is, that's why I started off with my collection Melino campaign, because the way how I'm seeing everything with the fashion industry,
Right.
everybody's campaigning about their message, about why they're doing this and that.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah. So like, who were like your fashion influences? Like
Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan.
Yeah.
You see the Gap collab that just dropped? I think it was a couple days ago.
With
Yeah.
That shit clean.
Because he was in Harlem, and
Oh,
he was
damn.
like one of those people that made he because the way how he said it was like he got caught up or got raided because he was making knockoffs.
Yeah.
But he said, I wasn't knocking them off, I was knocking them up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Giving them that type
Yeah.
of
Bro, and he's like a mogul in the fashion industry.
yeah.
I mean,
So-
he did that collab with Gucci, and from bootlegging Gucci
Yeah.
to collabing with Gucci, like that's
Yeah.
just a crazy come up.
Yeah, so he was like working underground with it.
Yeah.
And most of his target audience were boss players,
Right.
drug
Dealers.
dealers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People who got the money, who ain't gotta be like, oh, that's $100. You know what I'm saying? It's more like,
right,
oh,
right,
yep.
right. Yeah, all right, yeah, cool, yeah, exactly,
Cool,
man.
you know
Oh,
what I'm
this
saying?
looks expensive, so I'm gonna rock it.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I love Dapper Dan, because he speaks a lot around culture.
Right,
You know,
right,
because
right.
with the fashion industry, you're all selling. You're basically selling the culture.
Right.
You know, and culture can be anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as you have one or two or more people believe in one belief, it becomes a culture.
Right.
So that's why I said culture can be anything, and most of the culture can be empowerment for the people or disempowerment for the people. So with his, he was trying to get his culture out there, the black
Right.
culture,
Right.
within the fashion industry.
Right.
Because some don't have their own
Right. Just
fashion.
Like, right. Just
'Cause
like
you see-
just like Virgil. Like Virgil did the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. But you gotta remember, they're mostly tied up with European culture.
Right.
Fashion companies, which
Right.
is like Gucci,
Italian,
Right.
Louis Vuitton,
French.
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
French,
So,
yeah.
so that's why when I was studying the fashion, I started peeping. Oh, it's all about culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they're doing is they're selling culture,
Right.
and that's why I decided to be like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
since my people are coming in here to the U.S. and it's all about capitalism and all that type of things, you know, it's more like I want people. It's more like I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, because the moment you put your money into a certain company, you're actually allowing them to represent you.
Right. Exactly.
free promo,
That-
pretty much.
That type. So I know with my people coming in and starting, you know, to be more out there, more accepting, because we don't accept capitalism. We don't care about money. That's
Right.
where we come from.
Right.
Is that money don't mean nothing. It's
Yeah.
more like us exchanging ourselves.
Yeah. Getting
As
more
like-
experience.
Yeah, no, like just like as people is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like nothing have to do with money. Like I'll do things for free just because you know
Right.
I like you as a person. You a cool person. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's our. It's more like energy exchange. 'Cause
Right.
now, a lot of people are using money like, oh, it's energy exchange.
Yeah. To
but-
hold somebody's value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's who my people operate. That's how they operate. Is more like energy and stuff.
Right.
It's gifts. That's why the way how I don't know if you guys been to. I'm gonna bring you guys to some of my people.
Hey, no, yes,
That's it.
please,
That way,
please,
yeah,
please,
absolutely. That's
yeah.
what we're here for.
Yeah.
So that way y'all can see
Yeah.
the type of culture we
Right.
grew up in type.
Right.
So with that coming in, I just don't want people to get lost within the sauce of capitalism where they get greedy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
'Cause,
right.
You know, you could be the representation of a culture, but are you doing anything for the culture?
Right,
You know, don't
right.
use culture as a scapegoat to make money, to make profit. You know what I'm saying? And then you living in the big mansion while the
Yeah.
whole community's on the
Like suffering.
Right.
And,
yeah, suffering type. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna live by that fully. Don't be
Yeah.
lying that
And
don't
how-
lie to the people.
How'd you establish that mindset? Because I don't think that's something they're teaching in fashion school or like at a 4-year college.
Nah,
right? Like,
hell no.
how'd
They're
you
like-
establish that? That must take like years of like thinking.
I think my upbringing,
Yeah.
basically everything, the way how I was, you know, the people I came across as well. And also Tupac is like my favorite
Okay.
rapper.
Okay.
So,
Pop.
Nice.
yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
not only that, I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at
you
it.
know what I'm
Look,
saying? Oh, you know what
I'm
I'm saying?
like,
Right here.
I feel like he's speaking to me right now. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
with
So,
me.
type. So everything is, you know what I'm saying?
That
So,
mindset. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he really
absolutely.
spoke about culture and like having the right influence and not the not the wrong influence. So I can see like the similarities when you talk about it.
So that's why I love Dapper Dan, because that's what he focused around, is more like culture.
The people in Harlem and getting them right.
Yeah. So,
exactly.
Damn. One thing I do want to touch on is you were talking about, fashion has become really oversaturated, and we've seen it probably within the last, like, extremely, like, the last 10 years, everyone can make a brand.
Yeah.
Anyone can buy a Gildan
Right.
tee, slap a print on it, blah, blah, blah. But, you were showing the collection. I don't know if you want to throw it on
Yeah,
camera.
man. I would love to. If you want to throw it on,
If
on
you
the
want
camera,
to, it's
man,
up to you. But one thing I
this-
really liked about yours, it's not just a Gildan tee. It's not, there is, like, quality in all the hoodies. These are thick paws hoodies.
Oh, nah.
I said pause. Nah, I don't want the shit you've been saying, sir.
Nah.
But regardless, like, I think that's more of where you can kind of separate, like, are they taking this fashion shit seriously?
Yeah.
Are they, and so the fact that you have that, and then I'm gonna let you explain it, because we were talking off air about, like, the blockchain, and that shit just blew, like, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you explain it, maybe show off a couple of things.
Yeah, man.
So basically, when I was studying fashion, I had to focus on the garments. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's related to, our clothes and stuff.
Right.
It's
So-
Ralph.
Yeah. So basically, I had so many failures. You know what I'm saying? Because now everybody having basically contact with overseas manufacturers.
Right.
So anybody, that's what Alibaba was like, you basically connecting. You cutting you cutting
out the
middleman. You going straight to the source.
Yeah.
And most of the manufacturers in Alibaba are those mini manufacturers, the ones that just trying to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because major luxury brands, they have their own. They bought theirs.
Yeah.
They actually have the factory.
Yeah, it's like more of like a private
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yeah. So people now have overseas contact. So when I was working on first making my drop,
Right.
I made so many failures. Like, most of the garments was like kind of, what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it was.
Like,
I was like, yo, like, this is not like really quality shit.
It's not in the way where I'm trying to head towards. I don't want to fool the people. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure people,
You don't want to put out mediocre product.
Yeah. I want people to, get what they deserve type.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Not shortchange them and
Yeah,
just run
exactly.
off.
Yeah,
and
man.
then because this is what most fashion, the new ones that are up.
Right.
Basically, they ask for people's support, and then when people buy it and they don't like it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They either label them as haters and
Yeah.
stuff. But to me, I don't take that as like anything.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally type.
Right.
I take it more like a way to
like learn, like
constructive
yeah,
criticism.
constructive
type of way.
criticism, trying to do better. Like, okay, I gotta
Right.
come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that way, everybody get, what's worth
Yeah.
for them type.
Jeez, Yo.
So basically, this is my first collection right here.
Okay, Picasso. Dang,
I
that's
like
lit.
it.
I like it. No, I like it,
But,
man.
yeah, this is the Melino
That shit
campaign
is-
collection.
That's just the side ridge stitching and the
Yeah.
and the silky, bro.
That shit is nice.
That is
So-
crazy, bro.
Silk interior.
Jeez,
Yeah.
bro.
This shit is soft.
It's bro. Could you imagine like wintertime? Like, yo, I don't have to worry like about cotton. Like, is that why too? Like, I know like with do rags, like it's good like with ethnic hair.
Yeah,
It's like that. So it's like, yo, like if you put a hoodie on, it's like you don't got to worry about
Yeah,
all that. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
out with waves.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? About to,
Feel me? Hey, you feel me? Type, you feel me?
yeah, you feel me? I'm about to be rubbing my face too much. You know what I'm saying?
So this is the first collection. It's
Yeah.
basically, I'm trying to get everybody to know what is Melino
Mhm.
and stuff.
So where'd you get the name Melino? Like how did you come
Oh,
up with the name?
Let's
Man.
backtrack.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're on the future of fashion
Yeah.
topic
This
right now.
future, this is the
Let's
future.
backtrack
All right.
and
Yeah.
talk about where it all started. Like where you decided to start the brand.
So basically, I started off with my older brother on Visionaire. That was the first fashion line that we started off with.
Visionaire.
Visionaire. The ability that you can see something that others can't. That was like
okay.
our slogan.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
So, me and him got in a disagreement about certain things, the way how we was gonna handle it. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just focus on my own.
Yeah.
I'll help him build this, but at the same time, I'm gonna work on my own.
Right.
So man, it was hard for me to find a brand name that could stick.
Right.
You know, that's something that's meaningful for me, because everybody that's selling something, it has to be meaningful for them.
Right.
In order to give.
Right.
So I want to be something that I live off or I breathe or something. So my homeboy, he called me, Nuke Nafia, Twampism, 23rd, East Oakland.
Okay. Hey, he talking that Bay talk, you know what I'm saying?
I got to shout him out because he actually helped me out with this. This is how it first started. So he, me and him was on a phone call, and then I was just trying to tell him, like, man, I need a new name. I need, a name that I could start off with. And then he was just telling me, find something that, that speaks for you. You know what I'm saying? And during that time, I was actually finding peace.
Right.
Because Melino means peace in my language. So during that time, man, I was like trying to heal myself and then work on myself and all that.
Man, that's clean. Man.
Yeah, so that's how I came up with the brand. Melino was peace, because that's where I was at that time, is just finding peace.
I like that.
I'm not at peace yet, you know what I'm saying? Hey, so don't make it seem like, I'm Mr. Know-It-All. I'm at peace now. Type,
I'm at peace,
Nah, it's like, I'm still... Hey,
it's an everyday struggle.
By the end of the day, you're a human being by the end of the day. Man. Everybody makes mistakes, man.
Yeah, but that's how I first got the brand name.
Okay. So what was like the next step for that? You got the name. What was like the next concept? What was going to be like the type of brand that you were going to have moving forward?
The next one was like, what's the message?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's peace, but what's the message behind that? And that's why the second collection was affirmation. Peace begins within.
Right.
That's the message, is that peace starts within. Everything starts within us before we let it out. That's why we externalize what we internalize. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's
deep.
Are you a big fan of Big Sean?
Not really.
That's what he be talking about all the time, like positive affirmations and like bringing that energy into the world and, like liking what you have inside before you even put it out there.
Yeah.
So like,
because then you're gonna maneuver in your truth. You're gonna speak your truth.
Yeah.
That's why you can see me. I'm just speaking my truth.
Right,
I'm not
right.
having a facade or a filter over it.
Right.
I'm speaking what I went through, what I've dealt with, what I've experienced, and all that shit was all internal. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just externalizing it.
Right.
Letting people know what I went through or the things that I've, figured out to, solve certain things and heal me and stuff. So that way we can heal the whole community.
How do you translate those emotions into clothing, though? Like, I think that's a lot of people that they don't recognize that. Like, they might just see a shirt as a shirt.
Yeah. Well, so we're doing more than clothing. It's more like, that's what I was trying to tell y'all early on. It's like it's split in two. So basically, even though people knows the cost of the clothing that I'm selling, actually half of that money helps build free programs for youth and adults.
Wow.
And most of the first program that I'm building is called Operation Heal the Lineage.
Okay.
So it's more like we're trying to build free programs for the community. And when I say community, I'm not talking about my community. I'm talking about all community, because I feel like every community are dealing with the same traumas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, I have different friends from different backgrounds, and they all tell me what they've gone through and stuff. And I realize, like, damn, we dealing with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, it's for the community. And then that's what it is. It's more like connecting. It's more like, what you call it? Oh, like this too. So basically, every buyer that purchased the product, they are investors. They're not consumers or customers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what they're doing is they're taking their hard-earned money that they built or collected for, working 40 hours a week and stuff, and they're taking their time of that day to invest into me to give them the best product, and not only that, allow them to put the money where we can put, programs and stuff.
I like that.
So basically, we're gonna talk more about it. It's more like the DAO. I don't know if you're familiar with the blockchain and stuff. That's how they're doing it. It's more like consensus.
And it's like more investing instead of customer based product, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like
it's kind of like both. Yeah, because you still want to fulfill
that.
You know.
And then also just when you were explaining it was almost like kind of like the first time we had heard. It's like almost when you get a piece, you get. I don't want to call it an NFT, you know, just because, but essentially it almost is, you know, because you could see like who owned this, you know. Do you see it like maybe even going down the line, like, you know, if at any point anyone resold your stuff, like who owned it previously, like, damn, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, putting your name in the book, like, yo, this person owned it before you. Yeah, that's lit.
I think they call that the ledger, is when.
Is that kind of what you want with like, with entering your product into like the blockchain, kind of?
That's how the blockchain is operated. So this is what the blockchain is. It's like a timestamps of blocks, and then what secures that blocks is cryptos, or hashes.
Okay.
You know, it's like a secretive. It's like those, I think 16 or 20 letter
key
codes.
Yeah.
So that helps secure those blocks of data, because it's a block of data.
It's so confusing. I haven't understand anything in the metaverse and the NFT world. It's so confusing to me.
But I'm breaking it down for you right now. It's like the blockchain is just timestamps.
Right. So it's pretty much like if you bought it at this time, like the person next to you, like after you bought it at this time, but they bought it for more or something.
It's kinda like that. It's more like, when I said timestamp, it's like a timestamp of data. You know, like it could be anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could be fashion. Or
whatever. It could be like a painting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like this.
It's a non-fungible token, right?
Like with this, like you can just say you cut out a clip, and then, you know, that's what that's free for the people to see.
Yeah.
But in order for people to pay to have access of this whole interview, you will put that in the blockchain, and then they will have to buy to get.
Yeah.
It's like a free, like it's more like a premiumship type. Like in order for them to have access to the full interview and stuff. So
no, for sure. Up to something NFTs coming soon.
so it's like that, and then it's secured with hashes. So it's like codes in order, and then consensus protocol is more like what we.
Yeah.
How'd you even get into that? Like, how did you translate fashion
into you're
that?
like, what really clicked the idea of like, man, like I love fashion, and then like
just combining both of those, like, because they're almost entirely separate, but like you're integrating them in such a like
and on top
unique
of that,
fashion.
Yeah, on top of that, you're like a philanthropist with like your
write a book.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Every sweatshirt needs to come with like a book of your
yeah, be like, yo, like this is, I'm coming with peace, but I want peace with you and these NFTs. You know what I'm saying? That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. This
because I've never heard something like this.
Yeah, all this was like kept within me, and
you
know, the environment that I was in, it didn't support what I'm trying to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like something that I felt like, well, I know is my purpose.
Right.
So I had to remove myself from that to have an environment that supports what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So basically, that's why. But it first started with 2017.
I think when I seen, back?
Yeah. I mean, that's when I first seen like Bitcoin or cryptos and stuff.
Jeez. Okay.
It started during that year because it was like Nipsey Hussle's interview when he was like somewhere out country, you know, where
I seen that interview where he's talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah. So that's the interview I seen when I was at college. When I was at college, so I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But damn, you know what I'm saying? You go on about your day after that.
Yeah.
But and then I started. I bought my first crypto in 2019, somewhere in March.
Damn.
And Ethereum was 179 at that time.
179?
Yeah.
Damn. Did you flip it?
Shit.
Nah.
Damn.
You still holding that right now?
I'm still holding it, and I'm actually living.
Damn.
Off of it.
Yeah, off of it, cause.
Damn.
That's a come up.
That is a huge come up.
Yeah.
Because people be buying like art from like Ethereum and all that stuff now. Like I just went
That's the main.
Yeah, like I went to an NFT art gallery like maybe like almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, people like, no, you can buy it with Ethereum or Bitcoin. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. It's digital art too. It's not like, oh, I drew this painting. No offense to the artists out there, but like, you know, those digital artists like really put time and effort into that. Like, you know, animators and things like so. That's crazy. So what you're doing is like I've never heard that.
It's wild, and so
like, you're a pioneer. You're a trailblazer.
And like, have you tried explaining this to maybe even people that don't get NFTs like less than what we do? Like, have you tried explaining this to like your parents? Because I tried talking to my parents about NFTs just to like keep them up to date.
Yeah.
And my dad's like,
No,
this sounds fucking retarded, bro. He'll be like, what? You guys are buying, you know? But yours is definitely it's a different approach because you get in the actual.
Yeah.
Damn.
So after that, that's when I started studying more about the blockchain and stuff. So that's why I was able to know what was the blockchain.
Yeah.
And then when they were talking about hashes,
Right.
peer-to-peer and stuff, that's when I took that concept. I'm like, damn, man, I can implement that into my fashion. It's more because peer-to-peer contact or, you know, network is more like, you know,
Like, like
you're cutting out all the middlemen.
Yeah, like, hey, like,
direct to consumer.
Yeah, direct to consumer type. So what I'm selling is directly to you. Type,
So when you started the brand, did you know that it was gonna go down this route, or you started Melino and then you were like, you know what, let me take this down this route. You know, let me merge these two worlds.
Yeah, I just merged them along as I go.
That's dope. That's just adapting and as the world goes that way.
Yeah,
right.
And not only that, you know how we talk about oversaturated. You want to come in different. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to start like someone else and do the work to end up like something different. But if you start off different, you're off to the right path.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, we already know the process. You know what I'm saying? We already know how it.
Yeah, you're like,
you know,
oh, fuck it. Like,
you know what I'm saying? We already know, like, boom, here,
right.
support me.
Yeah, hey, come on now. Like, you know, you see the silky, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
So it's oversaturated. So the way how, like I said, I study. I got to know it. I got to know it, live by it. So that way when I come out, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not only that, it's more like you want to be different at the end of the day because what separates you from the rest will help bring light to you.
Right.
For people to know. You know what I'm saying? So
we need someone this positive around the podcast at
all
times.
We
We are so toxic.
It's been a house of pain. That's of late.
A lot of negative vibes as of recent.
Yeah, you brought a lot of positivity.
Thank you, though. I do appreciate that's not only for the energy, but for like the knowledge.
Yeah,
because that's two factors that you're bringing into this interview.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We can have another interview so that way it breaks it down even more. You know, I'm just basically trying to group everything that I know and then just let it out. Yeah, and then boom,
it's like therapy.
It all started when I was 3, and you know,
you know what I'm saying. And now doing NFTs and shit. You know what I'm saying, fashion, and I'm a philanthropist. You know,
now the energy that you bring, he talks about philanthropists, but I want to talk about a philanthropist that you may know. Zoe was putting me on that you're a big fan of Nipsey Hussle.
Zoe, a philanthropist?
No. Zoe, he told me, he's like, you're a big fan of Nipsey Hussle, and today is like the anniversary when he passed away.
Yeah, that's
ironically.
why I'm like, damn, like this whole it's kind of weird,
right?
You know. And not only that, like, that's the reason why Nipsey was, like, one of the people I looked up to because he helped me along the way.
Okay.
Right. And this was before his death. That's why I was like, damn, you know? And then now everybody popped up.
Yeah, everybody's like, yo,
now,
Nipsey.
And enlighten me, because I wasn't a big fan of Nipsey's music while he was alive, and to this day, I'm not. I don't listen to his music, but like I do see like a lot of his like philanthropy that he does for his community, and that is something that I may not be too knowledgeable about. So like if you can like let me know what it is about him that he put you on to have this type of energy to put out into the world.
Well, first, I know it starts with his woman too as well.
Lauren London.
Yeah. Because
everybody needs a Lauren London, honestly.
Because, you know, Lauren, the way how I seen it before is like Lauren London loved Tupac.
Yeah.
You know, that was like somebody that she looked up.
Yeah.
Because I remember before all that, like she would always repost him and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So I noticed the link between Nipsey and Tupac.
Right.
You know, the same mindset.
Right.
You know, trying to focus on the community. And not only that, it's basically just trying to empower the community and stuff. And not only that as well, too, let me add on to that.
Okay.
Is that we have two outcomes in this life. You can be a person of empowerment or a person of disempowerment. So that's it. You know,
right.
You can either empower the people, you know, within themselves first. Because that's the reason why I love Nipsey as well, too. Let me get this out.
Right.
Is that he focused more on himself internally before he externalized it.
Right.
Because everything within will be transferred in everything that you do. So if I'm a bad person, right?
Right.
And I own a business,
the
way how I'm going to lead that company is going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm transferring myself onto that. So I'm doing the way how everything is within. So
Right.
that's the reason why he focused more within that for his community, just to empower them. So that's what I see from him, you know, because everybody has their own perception of how he maneuvered.
Yeah, man.
That's great.
No, I mean Nipsey, and you said Pac is like one of the influences too.
Yeah,
so.
it's one of his influences, but I know during that time he was still young. You know, he was 25. You know,
no, he was young, man.
Yes,
he's super
when
young.
he passed. So most of his knowledge, because I'm a big Pac fan too.
Yeah.
I'll be watching every story on art, the
Yeah.
art of dialogue and stuff. So,
Yeah, what's your favorite Pac song?
Man,
I know that's really tough to say like
Yeah.
Pac man, but
man, the one I slapped on the way here was "Letter to My Unborn."
okay,
You know, because it was more like he don't know if he's ever gonna be alive.
yeah,
So it's more like, here's a message I want you to know
right.
about me.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff.
but I like Hail Mary. I don't know. There's something about that song, that whole beat makes me feel like,
That's legendary.
you know what I'm saying, mischievous. I don't know.
Like,
I don't
man,
know.
what
I'm just like,
Ambitions
damn.
is a ride.
That shit. You know what I'm saying?
What
But-
about your favorite Nipsey song? What Nipsey song speaks the most to you?
Man, I want to say late night and early mornings.
Okay.
It's more like the hustling type.
Yeah.
Waking up every morning, because, you know, even a 9 to 5, you can slap that and
Yeah.
you're feeling good about your day.
I'll make sure to listen to that one.
Oh, slap.
Yeah, it's like, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You
Yeah.
gotta slap that.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know,
Start your day right.
Yeah, you're gonna be feeling righteous.
Do you listen to any like toxic? Because you seem like a very like good
Positive.
vibe.
I
good
feel like
energy.
Future would
You know
ruin
what
your
I'm saying?
day.
Don't
Yeah.
do you listen to any Future?
Do you listen to that?
So I'm like, I study the hermetics principles and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of it is the law.
Don't listen to Future.
All right, so the hermetic principle is like the law of the universe. It's like the law that humans should live by, because you know, it's universal.
Right.
So one of it is like the pendulum swing.
The pendulum
swing.
Yeah.
Eventually, the pendulum swing.
Yeah. So basically, like, if you focus on the highs, just know you're gonna feel the low. You know what I'm saying? But people don't focus on the in between, which is staying neutral.
Dang,
You know,
have a balance.
Yeah, staying aligned and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, I just speak to my subconscious mind.
Yeah, like, I
I
listen
tell
to Future.
I
Don't listen to Future.
No, it's more like, hey, don't take these lyrics
Yeah,
too serious,
too serious,
because
yeah.
your subconscious mind can.
Yeah.
It takes anything literally.
Yeah,
Whether
and it entertains you, like,
Yeah.
oh man, like, yo, I'm gonna be toxic today. You know, that's how I feel when I listen to Future.
Yeah, so I basically tell myself that, and then I just slap this whatever music.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
because
Who outside of Nipsey and Pac, like, that's a lot of like California rappers, like,
Oh.
like, and also going
Man.
into that, like, I know
I got
like
a list.
music and fashion go hand in hand. So like, is there like any influence? Like you said, Nipsey and Pac. Are there any other like musicians or anybody outside of the fashion realm that
He just wants to talk about Kanye.
No.
He just wants to talk about Kanye.
No, because this is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everybody who talks about fashion, like, they say Pharrell or like Jay Lorenzo or Kanye, but you're saying Pac and Nipsey, you know, so it's different coming from a fashion realm. So knowing that, like, you know, other people like that influence you into fashion, like, and your message is different. So, like, that's why I want to know, asshole.
We're gonna end up talking about Kanye somehow
No,
or
we're
some
not.
way.
We're
Yeah, we
not.
are. Or
We're not.
Cuddy.
No, hey, did I? No.
We're
having to fight Daniel.
guys, you're tearing us apart. It's
My
been
bad.
good vibes.
There's negative vibes in
Yeah,
me,
you
and
know
I'm
what?
bringing those out on you.
I'm gonna listen to
So I
Future later to get
apologize.
the
Play
my
some
friend.
No, I'm sorry, man.
I
I'm sorry.
apologize.
I love you.
That was beautiful. Hey, yo.
I can say I love you. No, but yeah, so like talk about the influences that, like, you know, outside of like Pac and Nipsey, like who else influences you into your fashion?
Of course, Kanye.
Okay.
You know.
I didn't say it. All right. I'm just saying.
spoke on it earlier.
Okay, yeah.
That was a dead giveaway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kanye would be also a great influence as well too, because the way how with his new collection he wanted to get outside of branding,
right.
because, you know, if we watch his documentary,
A1.
they branded him as a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They lock you in a box of this is what you're going to be.
That's why he
Right.
hates branding, is because you lock some people. Again, you lock people within that.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be a rapper, but everybody was like, "No, you're a producer."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stick to that.
Stick to that. And then he beat everybody's whole judgment and expectation of that, and became one of the top
Sheesh.
rap or hip hop artist.
Exactly, icon. But
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean. But all right, we get it. No,
So
but like,
if people ask you what you are, like, what do you do for a living? Are you gonna answer with something so straightforward that's gonna put you in a box, or what are you answering to that?
that's a good question.
Like, what if they act? Wait,
Like, imagine for the description to this interview, what are we gonna put? Like, what are you? What do you do for a living?
sure, I'm a human being.
Exactly.
Hey,
Okay.
I like
Because
that.
I feel like we forget that we humans.
Right, you don't like to categorize.
We're so
yourself.
easy
Yeah.
to we're so
I'm
easy
sorry.
to tag ourselves.
Diego,
with-
former child.
man child. I'm sorry.
You have negative vibes inside of you.
No,
and
yeah,
you're
I
putting
need
them
to put
out.
the cup down. I need to
Go
put the
listen to
cup down.
fucking Nipsey Hussle.
I need to. I'm so sorry, but yeah, no. So like, but you know, do you feel like the Bay Area also influenced like your fashion? Like how do you come up with the silk hoodie? Like, you know, the silk inside of the hoodie. Like what brought you into that?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been around.
Right.
You know, a lot of people been implementing that.
Right.
Even like silk within
Right.
this too
Right.
as well. But again, that's just more like my way of getting the campaign out. Get what Melino means
Right.
peace.
right.
All right, what's the message? Peace begins within. So
Right.
Nice.
So the Bay Area culture is more like the people's,
Right.
because that's where the Black Panther Party came out of, was Oakland.
Yeah.
That's why I said my heart is in Oakland, because the person that gave me all the game and taught me all the knowledge that I also internalized within me is that it's not how you get the money. I mean, it is how you get how you get the money, but it's what you do with it after.
Right.
So that's like,
Right.
so that's the culture in the Bay Area, is that people will watch.
That was peep game.
Yeah, they will watch what you do with the money, because
Right.
are you empowering the people or are you disempowering? You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
so that's the culture. The fashion as well is like, you know, you get, it's more like pimps and stuff, and you know
Right.
they gotta come in.
Yeah, you know, all silky, you know
fresh.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Smooth and
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you know what I'm
and
saying?
stuff. So those are the people that mostly people get influenced by.
Who are some influential people from the Bay Area?
E40, ooh.
Man,
Marshall.
you got a lot, because you got
Yeah.
Souls of Mischief.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
93 till Infinity, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So I got to bring out
Yeah.
people that Guapale.
Okay, never heard of them.
What?
No.
Closer. Closer to my dream. I ain't trying to sing. I'm not a singer.
Hey,
but
man, you can graze the
Hey,
mic, bro.
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all know that song though, right?
Maybe.
You're preaching to the wrong choir because we are
Nah,
more
nah,
modern
nah,
music.
nah, nah.
Oh, y'all got
You preach to the right choir.
When you
but-
talk about Bay,
we
I
just-
think like Larry June.
E40.
You
Really?
think Larry June? Really?
Yeah, when I
That's-
think
I
Yeah,
think E40, I think about
yeah, I
Too
think
Short. I
E40.
think about Too Short,
Well,
E40.
I was
Yeah.
highlighting the people that
Yeah.
don't get highlighted.
Okay, that's what. Keep on going. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep on going.
Yeah, that's why I'm highlighting more.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
showing y'all more. There's more. people
Yeah.
out
Put me
there.
on.
Absolutely. Put us on.
I want to say Conut. It's like
Okay.
a rapper as well too. We gonna claim Tupac. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
We're gonna have to claim Tupac.
Yeah, it's crazy because he been repping like, you know, the Oakland Raiders things and
And he
all
got
that.
an
He been
interview,
repping
too.
the Bay.
He
Yeah.
got an interview where he said, "Give my whole Grammy to Oakland."
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
because,
huge.
Because that's where he learned the game.
Right.
And I can state the same thing, is that I learned the game from
Mm-hmm.
Oakland too. That's why I gave the street, the rap of who
Right.
gave me Twomps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Dang, man.
so you got that. I have a whole list in my phone too.
Dang, man.
But yeah, you got the typical Too Short, E40,
Yeah.
the Jacka. That's from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
He was like our Nate Dogg
Okay.
in the Bay.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah.
So how is the Bay, man? Like, I've never been in California. Like,
I've been,
next month is my first time in California.
Hey,
but like the Bay Area, I've heard great things about the Bay.
go to the
But
Bay
I've never
Area.
been Bay.
Go to the Bay Area.
You
Yeah.
fuck with Lake Merritt?
Oh man.
I always ask Zoe because Zoe, like, he did his time out in Oakland. I have a friend, shout out Ryan, and I
shout out
visited him. I fuck with Oakland, man. Like, the
Yeah.
community like loves each other. And you even see like Marshawn Lynch, you know, every year still goes back, gives out turkeys to the hood, and it's
I
like,
fuck with with Marshall.
beast
for that.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Chocolate City. That's what it was
Yeah.
known
Yeah.
for, because it was like everybody was all grouped together.
Yeah,
and it was-
yeah.
And the culture out there is like, it's like everybody. To me, the way how I see it is
Yeah.
like everybody's loving, everybody's bringing their own
Right.
type of style.
Right.
There's
right,
no
right.
judgment. If you like to wear this, wear it like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
it's like, and then you have different ethnic
Yeah.
people there too. It's
Right.
Not, you know.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So I feel like
That's
man.
wild, man.
Is there a
It's
difference?
something that you gotta experience. Like you
Right.
gotta go there.
Right.
I can't explain it. I can
Damn,
explain.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
could
I would have
talk-
never thought how Oakland would have been until I went out there and it's like, damn, you know, it is very different than what
Yeah.
people, you know.
Okay.
You got to be there to get the full experience. It's different when I'm telling you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to get
when
that,
I get over there, it's like, yo,
Yeah.
it's raps.
yeah, it's like
I
a
need to.
metaverse. It's
Damn.
different. You
I
can
don't
see
know.
it
Don't tell me
digitally,
that.
but if you go to the store owner's
Damn.
place,
Damn,
you gonna
I
experience it
really need to
different.
go because I need to go to the Bay Area because like I have a friend who is in the Bay Area right now,
Okay.
and I definitely got to go visit. But
Yeah, you gotta go.
yeah, damn, I gotta
Damn,
go.
Go
So-
to Berkeley.
Berkeley,
as well.
yes,
Berkeley.
I almost went to. It's crazy because when I graduated high school, I almost went to Academy of Art University in San Francisco.
Oh,
Hey, same here.
Yeah, did
For
word.
fashion school, I was trying to go
Yeah,
there for fashion.
yeah. I
school.
was supposed to go there for music actually.
Oh,
It was
okay,
different.
okay.
I was supposed to do music, audio engineering and music management.
Okay, I think.
But I was like, yo, that shit is way too expensive.
way too
Cali's
expensive.
so
That's
pricey.
all. That's all. Like, shh.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
To Texas we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Collin Community College over here for a little bit. I'll be all right.
Hey, that's all you need.
Yeah, facts. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
all
But,
you need is the basics.
yeah,
Because for a creator to be, for a creator,
yeah,
basically you imitate,
Mhm.
then you internalize what you imitate,
right,
and then you innovate. So it follows those three.
yeah,
Because even as an artist, you know
Right.
how when we were in art school, we had to trace something. That's
Yeah.
imitating,
Right.
and then you're along the way you're internalizing it. You're getting the basic of how to shade and stuff. Then when you acquire those two, then you innovate. Then you figure out ways of how to be an innovator
Imitate, internalize,
and then
and innovate.
the triple eyes,
Triple I.
Damn.
triple
That
eye.
makes
Open
a
your
cre-
third eye.
That makes a creator creative.
Yeah, dang,
That's beautiful.
you gotta trademark that.
Because it applies that to everything that we do too.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. You also gotta adapt too because sometimes you can't be. You gotta be with the times too.
Yeah.
So you always gotta adapt. I think that's the
That's
biggest.
knowledge. I'm over here thinking
Yeah.
about it. I'm like, damn, three eyes.
I'm gonna give shout out to the knowledge I got that from Souls of Mischief.
Okay,
Dang.
okay,
It's their
okay.
documentary.
Oh, they got a
Really?
doc
Yeah,
Where can you watch that shit?
on
You know,
YouTube.
On YouTube.
on
Okay,
YouTube.
we
I gotta
have to
watch
check
that.
Is
shit.
it recent or?
Oh no, this is like some old.
Yeah, word.
It's more like you want to educate because even Kanye West got his influence from the Souls of Mischief from the 93.
Yeah, 93
Till
to Phil.
Infinity.
Yes, yes.
Because he was inspired the way how they sampled the track.
Yeah, no,
Or how
because
they
how
made it.
how they like sample, how they like chop up the beats and shit. Yeah.
So that's where he was like, damn, them, and then I forgot it was like another crew in the East Coast. that
Yeah, it's like he
inspired
had like Jay Dilla beats, all these
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
So
Man, so
that's where I got the knowledge.
I gotta ask, man, what's next for Melino?
Man, my next one. So basically, I got another collection called The Culture.
Okay.
Because now I gotta, show people.
Yeah, showing the culture.
Yeah, so I had to figure out a pattern.
Mm.
Because if you look at the luxury fashion brand, they got their own pattern
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
So I had to find my own pattern that speaks for me, which I know that I can live and breathe and speak it out in truth and not be facading it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got,
Okay.
Do you have a date on the next collection? Any
any
leaks? How it's
any
supposed
leaks?
to look?
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
What to dress with it?
It's more like a guerrilla marketing.
Guerrilla
Okay.
marketing. Okay, so it's
So
like
you
yo,
just don't know.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's like
we
yo, I'm
gonna
gonna pass
see
it to you. Yo, post it, wear it. You know what I'm saying?
It's more like, it's more like we're going to drop it whenever we're going to drop it.
Yeah.
And also we're going to host a fashion show
Okay.
in a metaverse type.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is that gonna drop?
Like I said.
When it drops.
When-
Dang. So this is like a Beyonce drop right here. Like nobody knows when it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. Damn.
That's where guerrilla marketing comes from.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
the guerrilla warfare, booms.
And it
Out of
happens.
nowhere.
It happens.
It happens right then and there.
Okay, so this is a question I like to ask in every interview because there's some Crocs being worn right now. Okay, how do you feel about Crocs? Do you like Crocs?
Yeah, I rock that.
Oh no!
I rock that every single day. I feel like my feet is so molded to the Crocs that if I
Really?
walk barefoot, it just doesn't feel like.
Damn, it's like let me put my Crocs on.
Yeah, no, that's how
What
I
it is
felt.
for?
Yeah, I took it off. I was like, damn, I'm feeling like I'm walking on a hard floor. Like
I don't know, man.
you rock. I mean,
Yo,
you
he
gotta,
rocking
We got
crotch. He
2
rocking the
rock
crotch.
ambassadors here.
you gotta look beyond the looks.
Yeah,
It's more
yeah.
the feel.
Yeah, because you always gotta be comfortable, and I think that's what a lot of people like. Someone had told me because I actually went to a fashion school. I went to Wade College over here in Dallas.
Yeah.
So someone had told me it's like everybody wants to like, find like if let's say you don't find your size, right? Or like, well, I just go down to a 12 instead of a 13 because I wear a 13. I was like, oh, a 12, I'll fit in a 12. You know what I mean? Or if it's like a 2X, I wear a 2X. It's like, but I can fit in that extra large. It's like you gotta be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't force yourself to buy something that you don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a big thing too. You gotta be comfortable. And I know those hoodies are comfortable because, you know what I'm saying, I might need to copy you one low key. That pink one's kind of tough.
Hey.
I need waves when I put. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta be comfortable.
You gotta be cozy, man.
Because the way how I say is, you gotta move in flow. You
Yeah,
gotta be in flow.
Yeah, be the flow.
It's one of a good book because I read books too. Power versus Force. I do not know the author's name, but just know that's where I got. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Power versus Force. Then you'll understand that it because power is flow, and force so the way how power versus force is explained is that when you align yourself internally, then you're gonna be able to move and flow, and then the outer world will align with what's internal. So that's flow. You're moving in flow. Whereas if you're forcing yourself, like you gotta force yourself to get up, then it creates resistance.
It's like moving against the current in comparison to moving with the current.
Yeah, type. So
damn,
resistance creates persistence. So it's gonna keep. So have you ever drove a car and you just gas pedal that and you forcing it, and then what happens to the engine? That just
that shit revving. Yeah, that shit blow.
But if you just flow your way, move and flow, you gonna make it there. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So
that's powerful as fuck. That's lit.
So the way how I move is all flow based. Everything
all flow. Go with the
internal, as if this was internalized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. So
or externalized.
So I'm guessing you're reading a lot of books. Like what other books would you put people on right now? Like
The Power of Your Subconscious Mind.
Damn.
That's one of the powerful book.
Okay.
I feel like when people understand your conscious, your subconscious, and your superconscious, then you'll start realizing that everybody can change, everybody can be healed.
Right.
But right now, a lot of people don't know a lot about that, and they don't believe that people can change or people can heal. Okay. But when you understand those three, then, man.
Yeah.
Because your conscious mind is more like your awareness level. So, and then your subconscious is basically, the way how I put it is like, are you guys religious?
Yeah,
somewhat.
A little bit.
From time to time.
I would say I was like raised Catholic, but yeah, I would say
so
yes. Yes, Mom, I'm religious.
So it's like the three Trinity: the Father, the Son,
and the Holy Spirit.
And the Holy Spirit. So your state of mind is like that, or a state of consciousness is similar to that. The conscious is the Father, is like the parent, and as a parent, you got the feminine energy, and then you got the masculine, and then our brain, it has on our left side is our masculine, and then our right side is our feminine. So our masculine is more like I forgot.
You feel like it's like more like alpha, you would say?
Yeah, it's more like fully focused, like awareness, or analyze type, critical and your subconscious is like the sun. It's like a child. And it takes anything. It learns. Have you ever look at a child and they just imitate what you do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got a
nephew.
Put
that blunt down.
Put the Hennessy bottle down. You'll learn when you're older.
That's why it's critical that you focus on a kid at the age range of 4 to 8, because that's like the core drive of how they're going to operate when they grow up.
Yeah.
That's like the main core drive. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to revert that back to that subconscious mind. So your subconscious is always learning. That's why I said I have to speak to my subconscious mind if I'm slapping any music that's going to be negative. You know what I'm saying? Because your subconscious is going to take it as it is, regardless as what you say. If it's like, oh, that's just a
background music or whatever,
or something like that. No, I'm talking about like if it's negative or it's funny.
Right.
and all that. Nah, your subconscious gonna take it.
Yeah.
That's what kids do. They're gonna take it as what it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if it's right or wrong.
Right.
It's just that when you grow up, you gotta tell them that's wrong. You know what you doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
What other situations do you have to put your subconscious in check?
man, first you gotta understand your consciousness first in order for you to speak on subconscious, because it's like experiences. You gotta first understand this, experience this, acknowledge this, internalize it, and then you move on to your subconscious.
Right. Kind of like know yourself. You
Yeah,
have to know yourself.
you can't. Yeah, you can't just dive into your subconscious and you haven't, because your conscious is more like a security guard that allows certain information. Because once when you become aware, then you get to choose the things that you want to internalize.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Certain data, certain information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like, that's why you only get two. You only get something that's empowered data or programs, or disempowered programs.
Wow.
So once when you internalize one of those two, it becomes you. That's where your subconscious takes that in.
Yo.
And
Damn, I thought we were talking about fashion and like fucking.
Yo,
Sheesh.
this is, I'm taking all this
that's
in.
part of
But
the
I
campaign, though.
I
That's part of
understand
the
that, but like
campaign.
it's like so like refreshing information that you don't even know, even as a 25-year-old. Like you didn't think they don't teach this in school. Like your
No,
parents
They
don't teach you this, but like
because we profit off pain. Pain is profit. Why you think most of the stuff that's being sold is to help lower
alcohol, drugs,
Damn.
music.
I mean, like, I'm not the type to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, stop drinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, that's what you
No, but
do.
when you say it like that,
he
it
needs help.
If that's what you do that, you know what I'm saying? You know, do what you want to do.
Right, but you'll
It's more
and that's
It's more
always-
like acknowledgement, just acknowledge
exactly.
that.
And you got to learn too, because I feel like if you tell someone like, hey, like don't touch that, like don't touch that stove, and then like you touch the stove, like, well, now you know not to touch it. You know what I'm saying? I told you.
Yeah.
But you learned, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Through experience. That's
Yeah.
experience.
yeah, and I'm all about experience too.
Yeah,
like,
you have to.
Yeah, you have to do experience, man, because
have
if
to.
you don't, it's like, yo, you're gonna be like lost.
That's how you learn, man. And you
Yeah.
even said it's like you made a lot of mistakes, even just learning and to even get to your final product. You know,
Yeah.
how many mistakes, how many scrapped episodes do we have to get to where we at now? So
Yeah,
it's part of
exactly.
just the.
But if you get game, it helps you catch on quicker.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that I mean, I appreciate that for
Yeah.
you coming
Yeah.
on and dropping. I say that on every episode.
Yeah,
you
but-
dropping jewels, but nah, man, you're really dropping jewels. Like,
Yeah,
really,
you're dropping super jewels. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm like,
Like-
dang, I gotta put this cup down. I need to stop drinking.
Frank, you're externalizing your internal demons.
No, I have to. But I actually
Hey,
I need to
no,
read
you-
these
you
books.
start-
though. I low key need to start reading these books.
So that's one of the books. And then your superconscious is more like the Holy Spirit. You start seeing everybody as one. Everybody's one,
That's one
literally.
thing. Like,
and the people that operate within that level of consciousness is more like Jesus,
Right.
gurus, you know,
Right, right,
saints.
right.
You know, all those people were in their highest level of consciousness that they were able to maneuver around places and preach that.
I got a question though. Like as a creator of fashion, right? The fashion world is such a very self-centered world. Like, oh, $1,000 shoes, price tag this. He's dressing like this. He's not
ego.
fresh. Yeah, it's very egotistical.
Yeah.
Like with that type of mindset, how do you move in the fashion world?
Well, I move with pride. There's a difference between pride and ego. Pride is self-love. Ego is self-centered. Because
Shit.
everybody has the right to be prideful of who they are. Because
Right.
when you become prideful or self-loving, you're gonna externalize that.
What
So-
the?
I love that.
Yeah, that's like
That
that's like
was-
self. It's like
that's
self-love.
a
You have to
gem right
love
there.
yourself
It is,
Yeah.
bro.
to be able to
That
be
is-
around
because
loving
I'm
people.
seeing when I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me. So I'm treating you the way how I want to be treated.
That is so beautiful.
No, for real. That was
That is
actually
beautiful as fuck.
I feel like if anyone takes anything out of this, like
That-
you
I
drop
like
mad
that,
gems
like-
with it. It's
All right, there's also one thing. Growing up, a lot of people would always say I'm a preacher, and they
Right.
thought I was gonna be a preacher. I sold myself hell. So I feel like, you know, the more you start understanding yourself, you start realizing if it's transferred through DNA, because also DNA holds memory. I hope you guys know it.
No, yeah.
DNA,
No, yeah,
I know,
yeah.
yeah. Like, yeah, shout to science.
Yeah, so it's like transferred. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm looking back like, man, I wonder if like, I
Right.
mean, my grandpa
Right.
was a preacher. So that's why
Right.
I'm like thinking like, was it transferred?
Maybe,
To your
yeah,
blood.
so that you kind of learn from
So
like
you're coding.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm realizing that that's my gift is that I'm able to preach.
Right.
So I don't want to be a preacher though. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm really not. I'm not gonna
Right.
sit up here and tell you like, oh, I'm a Mr. Perfect
Yeah.
guy. I'm Jesus Christ type.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm a god.
Yeah.
No.
I just told you.
I just told you. I just told you how I thought I
Yeah,
was.
I feel like everybody, like the moment you
Yeah.
know yourself and
Yeah.
you start realizing, you then become a godly like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You become the image of God because that's how we were started off as the image of God. If you look where it was first begun, so
Yo.
Sheesh.
Damn, bro.
Frank, damn, I got one last question for you, man. So, you peep the merch coming soon. What would you recommend? Because you've been doing this for a minute. You've your craft is beautiful. You got some dope. It's not even merch. A dope collection coming out. What kind of advice would you give to people getting into the fashion game, starting the clothing line?
Oh, I say study. You got to study what you diving in.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's similar to football. You can't be out in the field not knowing the game
Right.
plays.
Yeah.
You got to study it.
Yeah,
That's
so
why they give you the game plan
Right,
so that way
right.
you
Yeah.
can study it. So that way when you're out on the field, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
it's not
it's
about hitting somebody or catching the ball. It's
Yeah.
you gotta know the routes they're running and stuff like that. You gotta know.
So that's advice I would tell somebody is make sure you know what you're gonna step into. Because I'm still learning too. I'm still
Right.
gradually I'm still
Student of the game.
Yeah.
be the student of the game. You got to know that, and then
Rockefeller
as
chain.
well, find a factory or manufacturer that supports
Yeah.
the way how you want things to be done.
Jeez.
Sometimes many manufacturers are limited, and then if you have a great idea, they're gonna limit you based off their limit way of doing things.
Wow.
So it's more like you got to be able to find one that
Will work
supports
with
your
you.
crazy idea.
That'll
Okay.
keep up with you.
'Cause
Keep
all
up with you
ideas
instead of
good
keeping up
idea.
with them.
Yeah. That's
Damn.
facts. All I
Drop
do is
some
idea.
gems.
But man,
Advice.
Frank, man, holy shit, man. Let me tell you
Remember,
something.
this is something that can't be done in one interview.
No, man, because there's a lot of. I feel like there's a lot of I need to learn. From
We'll have you back on
Yeah.
the call, man.
yeah, we'll have you back.
That's-
Next
it's-
collection.
it's-
Hey, next
yeah.
collection. Next collection. Holla at us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, holla
Yeah,
at us. We'll
exactly.
have you on.
Whenever you do it, whenever you decide to do it, you hit us up and
Yeah, we'll have you on,
we'll-
bro. We got you. We got
Trust.
you, man.
I got you on a speed call.
Speed dial.
But
Tell
Frank,
the people
man.
where they
Yeah,
can
where they can
find
find
you,
you, man.
where
Yeah,
they can find
you're-
Melino.
Oh, you can find Melino at melino.shop.
Okay.
It's simple. Try to make it
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah,
That
there you
way
go.
can
Yeah,
see
thank
it.
God.
Yeah. And then just support the campaign. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay. All right, y'all. It's been a banger of episode. A lot of jewels dropped here, man. Just want to say
Thank you so much for coming
thank
on.
you so much for
Thank you,
coming
man.
on,
We really
I
appreciate it.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
for having
check
me.
him out on Instagram. The link's gonna be in the bio for all his collections, his Instagram, all that. So go find him, and we're gonna see y'all next time.
Peace.
And peace.
Peace. Melino type.
Yeah.
Melino. Yeah.